That was anticlimactic. Yeah. Alright, everybody. It's the RWBY Volume 5 trailer. Let's go. Ready? Oh, you could have done more of an introduction. Right. Hey everyone, if you didn't gather from the amazing introduction,
Yes.
we are watching the RWBY Volume 5 trailer.
Yes.
Not the Yang character short, the RWBY Volume 5 trailer, and we are so hype. If this does well on the channel, it may become a series. If not, I hope you enjoy anyway.
Yeah.
Are you ready for this, Steve?
I'm ready.
Mystery.
Oh yeah, definitely mystery.
To be anyone here.
The White Fang was promised the destruction of Haven, and they'll have it once we have.
Ilya again.
Your plan isn't gonna work, Blake. Just leave Menagerie before it's too late.
Let's have the Blake trailer.
That's what I was just thinking.
And I'm looking for someone.
Mistrals control
That's
territories the widest reaching in the world, you know, and that makes it infinitely harder to protect. We get one.
Leo Lionheart.
Oh yeah.
Adam gets his way and Haven falls, it's only going to make things worse for the Phonics.
We're better than humans.
Yes.
Everything humans have and more.
Bit of the white trailer.
Yeah.
But we can figure this out.
My sister has the spring name, and I know where she is. We need to go as soon as possible. Can we still
Did you see them, like, bug things?
Yeah.
Who would ask for this?
I'm a Star Wars. Oh my god, was that what I think it was?
It was. Can I help you?
Oh, yes.
Oh.
Man, that was a good trailer.
That was so many things.
So many things. Like, right, we're gonna come back. We're gonna watch it a couple more times, and then we're gonna come back and do a bit of a roundup.
Yeah,
okay?
we'll do it.
Hey again, guys. So
Yeah.
we've basically just watched the trailer like loads of times.
Yes, we have.
And so we're just gonna
Yeah.
do a little bit of a quick kind of like wrap up thing.
Yeah, things we
where-
noticed. Like
Yes,
that.
little things, and we hope you feel the same. And if you've noticed anything we didn't notice, then please feel free to put it in the comments, and I'm sure we will reply.
Yeah.
We'll put it on slow so we can sort of semi-watch it.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
So, Mistral.
Yeah, the
We
very
assume-
start, we get Mistral.
Yeah,
pretty ace.
yeah, definitely the towers looking like some, I can't remember what culture it is, has those kind of towers.
It looks Japanesey,
yeah,
you'd say,
and
yeah.
maybe
Eastern European, yeah,
yeah.
that's a good, better, more PC phrase. So yeah, and we can assume when we see Ranger walking in,
Yeah.
we can assume it's Haven Academy.
Yeah, we can.
And who says it? I think RWBY says it, where they point out there's not really anybody there,
Yeah.
which is a bit weird.
It does
But
seem
hey,
odd.
Yeah, it is a little bit
So
odd.
right there we've got Salem and we've got
Cinder. Who looks the same.
Yeah,
but we
nothing
don't-
looks different in that, I don't think.
Nope, but she does also say in the stage about Adam and the White Fang attacking Haven, which I think nicely transitions over to the next scene.
Yeah, which is Blake and Ilya. Ilya obviously coming to meet Blake because she's the one coming from outside.
Yeah, and in which she warns about how a plan's not going to work, which
Yeah.
means that she knows what Blake's doing essentially,
Yeah, she
even
does.
without really knowing, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And then it kind of cuts to a bit from the Blake trailer,
Big trailer.
where Ilya's in, and we get a lot more on the backstory and everything
Yeah.
like that, which is really nice. And yeah, it makes sense as to why she would know Blake's plans.
Yeah.
And then she basically warns her about how it's not going to work,
Yes.
which means, I don't know, Ilya may become a little bit more of a threat in the future.
Yeah,
Which I
maybe.
think would be...
Or an ally, we never know.
Yeah, you never know. It's interesting to find out. And then, of course, we get to my favourite bit,
Yeah.
which is Yang.
Yeah.
So, we see her holding, like, someone's arm as if they almost
Yeah.
look like they're about to grab her. And I'm not sure if you guys have seen the picture, but there's a scene where looks like she's leaning quite casually against, like, a counter.
Yeah.
Something like that. We
Something
see
like
in the
that.
background that it looks like a shop.
Yeah.
This is...
It's got the welcome mat.
Exactly, it's
Behind
backed
the
up
fella.
quite heavily by this scene. And if you look outside the doors, there are petrol pumps or gas pumps, if you're
Well,
American.
what we would assume
Yes,
would be.
yeah, what we'd assume. So and she was on Bumblebee last time we saw her.
Bumblebee,
So
yeah.
it's safe to assume that she's at a gas station
Yeah.
getting gas, and she's clearly off to buy it. And then
Yeah.
this guy, not sure why, but
Yeah.
he's presumably tried to grab her shoulder or something like that.
Maybe.
Not 100% sure, but when we first see her, she's holding this guy's hand, kind of like that, you know.
As if he was going.
Yeah, going to grab her or something like that. And then she like opens her eyes. Her eyes are red, so clearly she's mad.
Yeah.
And this guy, you know, kind of looks like he's going to crap himself. But
Yeah.
I want to talk a little bit about this guy. He looks basically quite. I've just noticed he's got like kind of eyeshadow, not eyeshadow, but like. Sorry.
Right, I'll pause it there.
Watching the bit where she punches him in the face just
Yeah.
makes me smile. Yeah, he almost looks like he's got sag under his eyes, so he's a
Yeah.
bit tired.
Tired.
His clothes look quite run down. Like if you look at the bottom of the shirt there,
Yeah.
they're quite torn.
Torn, yeah.
And
not very out or fighting, something
basically,
like that.
And the like kind of small kind of hairline and things like that.
Yeah.
He just overall looks like a bit of a rugged guy. So you think
Something that I'd seen online, or I agree with something I'd seen online, which
Yeah.
somebody thinks that it's one of group members of the Raven's tribe. Which I can see. It makes more sense to me because, especially considering we thought we was getting the Yang character short, and it was like was getting things coming back, and meeting Raven maybe in the character short. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. So,
but it still makes sense from what he's wearing to me.
Yeah, okay.
That he's going to be that kind of a thing.
Yeah.
'Cause he's like got the thing. I don't know what you call that. Neckerchief thing.
Yeah.
What you maybe have around your head, like
yeah.
when you was gonna
Okay.
be robbing.
I don't disagree with what you're saying at all. What I'm saying is, I'm not 100% sure if he is. I think he's just kind of a bit of a common criminal. Because we see a little bit later, and we'll get to this in more detail, but we do see members of Salem's tribe. And
Ravens.
Rich. So, unsure, but I think he's just kind of a common criminal because he, to me, like the attire and the way he appears to possibly be treating Yang, and the fact that he just seems to come into this store or gas station or whatever. Like, I don't know, I think he's just a common criminal, but I guess we'll see in the episode or in the Yang trailer, which
One thing I'd
hopefully
just say,
arrives.
she's using the robot arm to punch him. She's not.
Oh yeah, that's a good
Just
point.
notice that.
Yeah,
And also,
just reminded me.
is
of
she
something,
wearing Basilica? No.
actually. No, that's another good point actually.
Which
Damn, that's a good point,
Yeah.
Steve.
I only just noticed it
I can't
myself,
believe
but
I didn't notice that. God, that's kind of annoyed me. Her eyes are red, implying
Yeah.
semblance. Her hair is not glowing at all, or
No.
shows any form of her.
no, just looks like a normal hair.
Yeah, it's not. She's not like. It ties back to what Ty said in Volume 4, which is where, you know, strength isn't the only thing that happens in a fight. If you use your semblance and you miss, you're screwed.
Yeah.
So I think like she's tapping into it, but just enough to give her a slight edge rather than just going full on Super Saiyan and completely beating the crap out of someone, which I like and I think is a nice attention to detail, which Rooster Teeth is kind of known for.
Where is it? There's the tooth. There's the tooth.
Yeah, his tooth flies out. Which is
Even in slow mo, it looks better in slow motion.
oh, it so does. Guys, watch it in 0.25. It's glorious. And then we get a little bit of exposition from Leo Lionheart saying about how Mistral's territory is bigger. I think he says it's bigger than all the other kingdoms or something along those lines. Yeah. And we get a really nice shot of Crow and Ranger, showing Mistral. And then, something which I'm surprised about, is we actually get to see Leo Lionheart.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't expecting it.
No, same here.
I was not expecting it. I mean, just look at his dress. You get the feel of what kind of character he is, kind of already.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I mean, Lionheart and the way his hair is, I love that, like a lion
he
has
a
mane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a great addition, I think. Yeah, he looks like, I don't want to say he looks like how I imagined, but the way he's portrayed in Volume 4, considering we never actually see him, we just hear about him, I'd say it looks kind of how I sort of expected.
Yeah.
And we know that he's the headmaster of Haven Academy. And if you look at him and then look at Ozpin,
Oh yeah.
yeah, they both have grey hair. They both essentially seem like wise, older gentlemen,
Yeah.
basically. That's how they come across, well, that's how Leo comes across to me anyway.
Yeah.
And he says, in this scene anyway, he says, we only have one chance at this. Implying like a comeback sort of thing, like fighting
Yeah.
against the White Fang. But something that I thought about is, he was meeting with Dr. Watts at the end of Volume 4.
Yeah.
So, this sounds like he's a good guy. Is he playing Juniper? Is he playing everybody? Is
We
he?
don't know.
We're not sure.
Who says he's saying that to Juniper? That could be Tim talking to Watts right now.
It could be him talking to Watts. We don't actually know. We don't actually know.
He might want the fall of Haven.
Yeah, we see Crow and Ranger running, literally running out of
Yeah.
the office.
But
at
he
Haven.
doesn't seem to be in it. I feel like they're running to him more than...
Oh yeah, that's a good point. They could be running to him. Then we get a real nice scene
Yeah.
of Adam meeting with Sienna Khan.
Sienna,
Or at
yeah.
least what we believe is
yeah.
Sienna Khan.
Okay, now, as we're looking at them, we can... Like, the guards are obviously got these spears of some sort.
Yeah, they look
Which-
cool.
I'm pretty sure that by the looks of, like, the red bits, they're probably, like, dust infused.
Oh yeah.
So
oh,
they're,
yeah.
like, probably going to pack a punch when you get hit by one of them.
Oh yeah, definitely. They're clearly like essentially royal guard. That's kind
Yeah.
of what they look like, even though the White Fang,
I mean,
of course,
I'm just
aren't
gonna get-
royals at all.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
because I'm pretty sure they're cat ears she's got.
Yeah, there are four of
I'm-
them there. One of them definitely has ears,
Yeah.
cat ears, whatever he is. Yeah, they definitely have ears. The others
Yeah.
are a little bit more unclear.
Yeah, it's
As to
not
their form
sure
trait.
what they...
We can assume. Oh, Wizard of Oz, that's it.
Oh, yeah.
And Wizard of Oz and the Jungle Book, they relate to them characters.
Yeah, they do.
And Sienna Khan could be like Shere Khan. That's
Shere
it.
Khan.
Shere Khan, who's the panther.
Yeah, it's the panther.
Yeah, the panther in Jungle Book. So, in theory,
And she does whatever she can to protect her
family.
pack, or is it?
Yeah, pack, family. Yeah.
Yeah.
God, I did an animal degree. Right. But in this scene, we see Adam basically talking to her, and if we look at Adam a little bit closer, he's wearing a different outfit.
Yeah,
Like,
he is.
It may look very similar in colour, but if you look, he never had the bright red kind of, I don't want to say shawl, but like the sash
Yeah.
over his leg, and the thing on the waist, that was never that colour. So
No.
if you look a little closer at him, we don't get a great view of him,
Yeah.
but he's definitely wearing a new outfit,
Yeah.
and
Well,
we actually get to see him,
Yeah.
which is
If
surprising.
she's more like royalty to him,
Yeah.
he's obviously gonna like dress for an occasion.
Oh yeah,
like
he can
he's
address
gonna.
to meet
Yeah.
the leader of the whole faction, goddammit.
Exactly.
But
Yeah.
we know that Adam plans to take over the White Fang
Yeah.
through presumably aggressive means,
Yeah.
because that's Adam's whole shtick.
Yeah. So then we've got, apart from the Wise trailer, which
Burning all the
Yeah.
the Beowulfs. I'm not 100% sure why they call back to that, but hey,
yeah,
they did call back to the Blake trailer, and then Ruby mentions about how they need a way to stop what's going to happen.
yeah.
Crow now mentions that his sister has the Spring Maiden,
Yeah.
and he knows where she is. They need to leave. Then we get to the scene about how we see Raven, and we see two members of her faction.
Yeah.
Now, Raven looks, she's got the same outfit, she's definitely looking down to someone, and so are
Yeah.
the other two members, which I've just sort of clicked onto,
Yeah.
which could
I
have
feel like we're
inferred-
looking from a person's perspective.
Exactly, yeah.
As if
Who's
there's
not
like
too
someone that's maybe being captured. Maybe we're seeing it from the perspective of the Spring Maiden.
Maybe.
As if they're like
Just being
maybe
captured.
collapsed from exhaustion and they're
maybe.
just like get up type of thing.
Yeah, you never
could-
know.
I don't know.
Or this could be where they first capture this form.
It
Not
could
form, sorry,
be,
the Spring
yeah.
Maiden.
We might see that.
You never know. Like right now, bit unclear, but I do like how we get to see her. And Raven is in the poster for Volume 5 as well.
Yes.
So
She's obviously a main.
she's going to be a
thing.
much bigger part. And as Crow says in the background, he knows where Raven is. She's got the Spring Maiden. We
Yeah.
need the Spring Maiden, which he also referenced in Volume 4.
Yes, he did.
they're gonna go get her,
Yeah.
which could lead to a possible fight scene with Raven, which I'm interested to see.
Crow versus Raven.
Ooh,
That would be
that would be amazing, and would also love to recreate in a cosplay competition. But yeah, so what you were saying earlier about the guy in the shop who
Yes.
presumably tries to attack Yang. Yeah, you said he looks like these guys.
Yeah.
Explain why now, looking at them.
See, to me, the way they're like done, like they're shown, designed, it's like not. I feel like and maybe it's just that's how they do sort of rough people in designing, but I feel like it's more like, or maybe it's like someone that's been in the group type of thing.
Yeah, it could
and
be.
that's maybe been kicked out. I feel like it was somebody that would have been in this type of thing, at least.
You know who's been in the group and got kicked out, or say, left?
Crow.
Crow. Could this be from Crow's angle? Find out in Volume 5, let's
never.
go! So what you're saying, so the way that the characters are designed, the guy in the shop with Yang, and those two guys with Raven,
Yeah.
they look similar.
Yeah.
There are aspects to them, especially the guy holding the gun.
Yeah.
He looks kind of similar, and if you look at the gloves, they look quite similar.
Yeah.
So there's merit in what Steve's saying. I kind of think the opposite, but don't necessarily disagree. But yeah, I just think these guys look a bit more organised than that guy. That guy just looks a bit more like a common criminal. These guys look a bit like... Right, now we get to a bit that we really like and are going to go into more details about.
Yeah.
Crow is saying, in this scene, we need to leave now.
Yeah.
Cut to a scene where there's an airship flying at incredibly fast speed.
Very low.
Very low
like,
to the sea.
Literally pushing up the water is that low.
Skimming the water and being pursued by...
Be Grim?
Yeah.
Bee or Wasp? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Wasp Grim.
Oh,
yeah, if you look
maybe it is more waspy than bee.
Yeah. There's evidence to suggest in my mind that they are wasps over bees. Correct me if I'm wrong in the chat. Comments, sorry.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know, but what about
Hornets?
Hornets? I was just going to say.
Yeah, there might be hornets as well. They are pretty big, so
Yeah.
could be hornets. But a new type of grin straight away in the
Yeah.
trailer. Like, awesome, that is. Hey guys, unfortunately due to a couple of, let's just say life issues, Steve had to go just slightly early. So we just got to the scene where Crow, along with Team Ranger, are basically leaving Mistral in a pretty big hurry. Something Steve wanted to mention was the amount of floating islands around Mistral. Now, they clearly have large crystals, which we can definitely assume are dust crystals, which we believe are making the islands float. Now, this has been seen before. Not necessarily floating island, but the Amnesty Coliseum. That was floating, it had a giant dust crystal on the bottom, so we can safely assume. I'm also pretty sure in the World of Remnant video, it did kind of tell us that it was Mistral or Haven that did create the section of the Coliseum that allows it to hover. So this is clearly where they get their inspiration from that, because around Mistral there are floating islands. It's pretty cool. We mentioned the Wasp Grim, it could also be Hornet Grim, we're not sure. I've just noticed they actually have 4 wings instead of 2, so they have like 2 sets of 2 on either side. That to me implies, again, kind of more wasp. In fact, it's slightly dragonfly-ish, but they're definitely not dragonflies. But these Grim do look pretty cool. We don't get the world's greatest view, but I'm pretty certain we will do in the show. After this, we managed to see a little bit more footage from the Black trailer. Sorry, not the Black trailer, the Blake trailer, which was shown a little bit earlier in the year. It's the scene where the White Fang member is shooting at Blake. Not 100% sure why they showed that at that moment, but why not? We then get a very short scene of Yang, in which you don't see it, but she's clearly riding Bumblebee at the time, not the ship, the bike. And she has quite a stern look on her face, almost a little bit angry at some point, or should I say yangry. Her eyes aren't red, but her pupils slightly, not dilate, the opposite of dilate. And, she clenches her teeth. Clearly, looking very focused on something. Maybe this is after the scene we see in this trailer. It may be the very end of the Yang trailer, which hopefully is still to come out. I seriously hope it comes out, I'll tell you now. After which we then see a brief moment of the White trailer, or the Weiss trailer, where it's the section where Weiss turns around and stabs the Beowulf in the mouth. In this moment, we hear Oscar for the first time, and we hear him basically saying he wanted to be more than a farm boy, but he never expected this. And as we know from Volume 4, Ozpin, we don't know exactly how, but he is inside. He has like a shared conscience with Oscar, and we know he can read his mind, he can semi-control his thoughts, and we know that he slowly but surely persuaded Oscar to go to Mistral, in which he is now in, as we saw, or at least I hope we saw, at the end of Volume 4, as in the very end credit scene of Volume 4. If you haven't seen that, strongly recommend you go and watch it now. So it clearly means that Oscar, you know, maybe he didn't entirely realise what he was getting himself into, but that, you know, his life has much bigger meaning now than just working on a farm. We then see a very brief moment, I'm pretty sure it's like a second long, of Salem looking pretty mad. Again, it's great to see the main sort of overarching villain. I do like Salem as a villain. I think she of course plays a very imperative role in the story, and this role's only going to get bigger. I do kind of strongly believe she will enter the fray at some stage. Possibly Volume 6, but I'm thinking way far ahead at this stage, guys. And then it moves to a scene which is rather interesting to me. It was slightly unexpected. We see a rope dart being thrown towards someone. It is then revealed that it is being thrown towards Leo Lionheart. Now, the rope dart goes around his neck, so clearly some very threatening intent caused by that. The rope dart, it looks like, to me, like it's being held together by some rope. The rope is red. Not 100% sure whose weapon this could be. We've not really seen anybody... The only character we've really seen use any form of rope-based weapon, from my immediate memory anyway, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, is Blake. And this clearly isn't Blake, because A, the end of the dart is a kunai, like a proper rope dart, and the rope that is used is not really a ribbon, it's a proper rope, and it's red. So it's definitely not Blake. But it could be a member of the White Fang, it could be Watts. We don't know, because we see Lionheart meeting Watts at the end of Volume 4. I'm not too sure. Honestly, Lionheart's been painted, through this trailer anyway, in much more of a heroic light, like he's going to be a good guy. But we see him meeting Watts at the end of Volume 4. Unclear on his role right now. Maybe, I don't know, maybe he's almost a double/triple agent, like a good guy to everybody who's working with Salem to then work with Crow and the rest of the headmasters to work against Salem. So you never know. Maybe this is Watts finally finding out that Lionheart's a traitor, a double traitor essentially. He's betraying them by betraying the good guys in a way. It's a hard scene to fully explain. However, I do think it's a good scene to show because it leaves you with more questions than answers. Oh, and then what a lot of people consider the best scene in the whole trailer is the White Knight basically falling from the sky. This is clearly a knight that Weiss herself has summoned, and I gotta say, the animation and the styling on the knight, in my opinion, looks beautiful. They've clearly had some improvements in the animation. They've managed to improve on the knight, and I gotta say, he looks amazing. He or she, we don't know. Either way, they look amazing. Sword looks as good as ever, and unsure why he's falling from the sky, but it still looks pretty amazing. And I love effectively the anime style effect of him falling through the sky, and I think it looks absolutely incredible. And yet again, kind of unpredicted. And then the scene pans to black, and you hear a knock, as in knocking at the door. We then see Jean-Arc opening a door, and you see Ren and Nora in the background. Now, as it is then revealed, Jean opens the door to see Oscar. Now, that's really cool. I'm pretty sure everybody should have really known that Oscar is at some point he is going to meet Ranger. This is the moment where he does. Now, Oscar looks a little bit, he's holding his hands quite tightly, he's got his head down, looking quite humble, and, Jean's a pretty tall fella, 6'1" I think he is, and, Oscar's a pretty small guy. He was confirmed at New York Comic Con to be 14 years old, so he is the youngest character that we have seen in RWBY. Jean opens the door. I don't think he expects to see a young 14-year-old boy there, so he asks, can I help you? And of course we're going to see what happens after that, and with that, that is the end of the trailer. Now, let's go overall views. The trailer looks amazing. Not gonna lie guys, a little bit disappointed it's not the Yang character short. It is believed to be released very soon, and if it is, we will hopefully do another reaction trailer, and reaction and analysis trailer. But I'm definitely not disappointed with the trailer itself. I'm just disappointed at the fact that it's not the Yang trailer. So let's discuss the characters one by one, or at least in groupings. RWBY and Team Ranger. Clearly in Mistral, they will at some point go and meet Leo Lionheart alongside Crow. We then learn that Lionheart basically says, we've only got one shot, we need as much as we can, let's get the Spring Maiden. So Crow is like, okay, I know where the Spring Maiden is, she's with my sister, I know where my sister is, let's go get her. So I'm pretty sure that very soon in the volume, what will probably ensue is Ranger will get on an airship and go find Raven. Weiss, a little bit unclear, because we do not see Weiss at all, which is what I was going to get onto earlier concerning the White Knight. We do not see Weiss, or at least we do not see her outside of the Weiss trailer that was shown earlier, which I thought was very interesting, and a lot of people in the comments seem to have noticed. I thought it was interesting, considering Weiss is, of course, one of the main characters, and maybe this means her role isn't going to be super huge until later in the volume, or it possibly means something else, we're not too sure. But we see the White Knight, so clearly she summons that at some point. She's definitely going to be in it, of course, but maybe her role isn't as huge as it is for others. Blake, we, again, don't see loads, but we see she's clearly still in Menagerie. She's still taking down the White Fang, until Ilya comes along, and, well, we see her tell Blake that her plan's not going to work. You may as well leave Menagerie before something bad happens. So we can assume that Blake will stay in Menagerie for possibly the first half of the volume, and then she may eventually go into Menagerie. No son, outside the Blake trailer from earlier. No son we see. Again, he's presumably just going to be tagging along with Blake for the meantime, so their roles are definitely intertwined. I could talk about Yang for the next 5 minutes, but I won't. Yang, I'm glad we do see something of Yang, especially something new. Me and Steve spoke about her in a lot of detail earlier, so let me just gloss over it. She's inside this shop, petrol station, we're not too sure, and this guy clearly comes over to her, and there's something I did actually notice while rewatching this on my own, was I didn't really pay loads of attention in the past, but the way the guy reacts to Yang, especially when she opens her eyes and her eyes are red, he looks quite overly scared in a way. Now, why would he look overly scared unless he's either A, knows about Yang and her semblance, or B, has seen somebody like this before, which gives merit, a lot more merit, to what Steve was saying earlier about this guy could be a member of Raven's Bandits. So, moving off from Team RWBY, Crow, we see he's going to be sticking around Ranger for a while, but what was implied, at least by the Volume 5 poster, which I would recommend going to see if you haven't seen now, is he's probably going to be sticking around Oscar for a while. I would say that Crow's probably the one who told Oscar to go see Team Ranger in the first place. Crow is I think he's definitely going to be sticking around Oscar. Eventually he might move off, well I say move off, he's going to not look over RWBY as much as he has been doing. I like that. Raven. Now, Raven's role is going to be an interesting one, but they're not, Ranger and Crow aren't just going to roll up to Raven and say, hey, can we have the Spring Maiden please? She's going to go, yeah, okay. No chance. Raven's never going to give up her, you know, her most powerful warrior. There is no chance she's going to do that. Fight scene maybe, Crow versus Raven, would be very interesting to see, because effectively neither of them want to kill each other, but both of them want something out of the fight via a victory, so it would be an interesting fight to see. We get to see, or at least I assume we will see, a lot more of Raven, which I'm really looking forward to. Cinder, actually, let's talk about Cinder. She is in the Volume 5 poster, she's sort of standing like so, and she has flames coming off her fingertips, implying to me anyway that she has more control over her powers now, which means she could come into it more. So maybe we'll see maybe we'll see Cinder enter the fray a bit more than she did last volume. I do like Cinder as a villain. I think she's pretty awesome. I hope we see more of the other villains. I hope we see more of Watts. I hope we see more of Hazel, most definitely. I really hope we see more of Tyrion, even though he was shown in brilliantly last volume. I do hope we see a little bit more of him now. Leo Lionheart, his role to me is very interesting. At the end of Volume 4, he was portrayed as a possible villain, as a bit of a traitor. In the trailer, he's shown as much more of a hero. He's shown as a good guy. He's being attacked by someone, an unknown assailant right now. It's definitely not any of Team Ranger, unless Ren's had a very crazy upgrade. No one that we really know uses a rope dart, so it must be, right now, an unknown character, or a character we know but we don't know their weapon. So his role is definitely going to be different. Now, Adam and Sienna Khan. I'm not a big fan of Adam. That doesn't mean I'm not interested in his role. I think he might actually be coming into the fray as the main villain, because it's the White Fang that are going to attack Haven. Now, we know from Volume 4, Adam is planning to take over the White Fang. Presumably, he's going to do that in this volume, or at least he's going to try to, and then, presumably, he's going to attack Haven. We don't know that 100%, but we just believe, at the very least, that's Salem's plan, and that's also probably Adam's plan as well. I think that's going to be really interesting, and I cannot wait to see Sienna Khan, because we clearly know she's more of an extremist than Gira when he was in control of the White Fang. We know that she also disagrees with Adam's actions, so it's going to be interesting to see her character, and I cannot wait. So overall, guys, this whole volume looks incredibly interesting. We're going to see so much, and I think we're going to get a great amount of extra character development as well. Really, really hoping for a Team RWBY reunion. I don't care when it happens in the volume, even if it's the post-credit scene. I really want it to happen. Of course, with her being my favourite character, really hope Yang comes into it a lot more than she did in Volume 4, and I really hope they display her character a lot better. And to be honest, I hope they do that with all the characters. I can't wait to see RWBY, can't wait to see Weiss, can't wait to see all the characters. It's going to be amazing, hopping back into the world of Remnant for another amazing volume. And if you didn't know this already, guys, Volume 5 is going to have 14 episodes, which is, well, it's 2 more than the usual, which is incredible. So getting 14 episodes now means they can fit more in, which is brilliant. Anyway, guys, it's been fantastic talking to you all. Really hope you get involved in the comments. It'd be amazing reading them all. I really want to hear what you guys think. Cannot wait for this volume. Absolutely cannot wait. It's going to be fantastic. If the Yang trailer comes out, we're hopefully going to get a video out of that straight away, as soon as we possibly can, hopefully before Volume 5's release. A few more videos coming in the future. We have the cosplay ball videos, and we have Monster Comic Con videos as well. It would be brilliant if you watch them, greatly appreciated. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Goodbye.